G'day everyone, it's Jacko. Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for the 11th of December. As always, there'll be timecodes in the description if you just want to jump ahead. Just don't want to listen to all the other stuff. So, in my opinion, these two here are really good. I'd avoid a tribute match, and I would probably avoid a resource in Cyrodiil as well. Tribute matches, they can take 15 to 20 minutes, and that's not including the amount of time you have to queue to find a player, because unfortunately the AI tribute players, you can't play them for this endeavor. It's only players. It's pretty shit. So, yeah, I wouldn't do that. And resources Cyrodiil, you probably can do all these here before you find one resource, just depending on Cyrodiil. This one's not too bad, though. It's not as bad as like towns or keeps or anything. So I will cover this one, but I would say just still do these three here. Alright, so I'm going to start with library furnishings, right? This one here, do this, unless you're doing a resource, do this one. So the sort of order I would do these in is these ones and then this one. Because while you're in the middle of nowhere, you can travel straight to your house and do that after, and then travel to Cyrodiil after that. Or do these two and then travel to Cyrodiil. Like, basically do these first and then these ones second and third. That being said, I'm going to do this one first because there is some prep you want to do if you haven't done this one before, if you don't have a library furnishing in a house. There's some stuff you can do to make this really easy for yourself. Just like save you a lot of time. And as soon as you've got everything you need, which takes like 5 minutes usually, you can do this in like 30 seconds. So yeah, it's always a good option, I think. But yeah, I just want to go through the prep first. So I'll cover with this one first, and then I'll go through these, and then I'll go through a resource in Cyrodiil. With Vengeance, I would probably go with that, unless you have a proper PvP build that you've built. Otherwise, doing it with a PvE build's fine, but if you get into a scrap with a player, then you're not going to be able to defend yourself very well. Whereas, as opposed to Vengeance, you'll have a better chance. Because that's the main thing. Players are the bigger threat when it comes to stuff in Cyrodiil. Okay, so firstly, you need to get yourself a house. It's easy and it's free. So what you want to do is come to this location here in Vocal Guard. This way shine's unlocked by default, so it's very easy to get to. Even like a character at level 3, you just go to the nearest way shine, you can travel here straight away. So there's this NPC here. Just have a chat to her. After a while, you'll complete a quest with her, you get some gold, and you'll get a house here that shows up for free if you haven't got one yet. Alright, as for a library furnishing, a little bit more of an effort required to get one, but it's still really, really easy. So there's two things I'll suggest. One is like, if you're in a hurry and you just want to buy one for gold, you can do this. But the other option, just take 5 minutes and you'll get a library furnishing for free. So what you want to do is go to furnishings here. You can go all furnishings and just type like maybe book. And anything under library with the so when in the text on the top left of the item description, it says furnishing library shelves, as long as the second word is library, that's it. But yeah, you want to be careful how much you spend. The only thing I would personally look at is if it's got the word Pellinol in it, all the Songs of Pellinol volumes, these are the things that are usually really cheap to buy. So I go to Song of Pell. And if there's any, they'll show up here. Now, they have gone up in price just a little bit, but what you can do is just search some guild stores. You'll probably find one. Usually they'll be pretty cheap to buy. Now, if you don't find any, what I would advise you do is just look up Timecodes Trade Center. Then just go Pellinol. And just make sure all items are set to furnishings. Other than that, should be fine. And it should come up with a bunch of Song of Pellinol volumes, and as you can see, some of these are pretty damn cheap. Some people just take the piss, but most of it's pretty good. So all you need is just to buy one of these, so I would probably just go like to Alinor if I got Somerset, or Rolcar. That's a little bit expensive. But yeah, you can see there's a bunch of options here that you can go. Evermore, 300 gold, that'd be a great one. So yeah, just buy one of those, that counts as a library furnishing, and you just need one, and then you can get this done forever. Like, you just need that one library furnishing. The other option is just right on down the road. Right down the road. Okay, so for the free version, this guy here, you can find him in front of the Mages Guild in the 3 capitals. This, in my opinion, is like the easiest one to deal with. You'll also find him in Stormhaven in Wayrest, in front of this Mages Guild here, which is also quite close to this Wayshine if you've already got it. Or this house through home tours. It's the same thing with the Shan. I wouldn't go with Grantwood just because you have to go, it's like indoors and you can't go on your mount, which just makes you slower. So yeah, I'd go either this one or the one in Wayrest. Now what you want to do is, if you haven't been here before, if you don't have a Wayshrine here, you can use home tours with either Flaming Nyx Deluxe Garay here, if you don't own that yet, or in Stormhaven, same thing with Garden House over here. So I've got a video in the description if you want to know how home tours works. It's really helpful. It's basically like having a bunch of way shrines that you can just travel to for free from anywhere, like as long as you're not in Cyrodiil or Imperial City. It's fucking really helpful. And like every house allows you to do it. So yeah, just check out that video if you haven't seen all that stuff. So yeah, just talk to Inard here. You'll get taken to like an instance area where it just takes like 5 minutes to do the first quest for scribing. It's called the second area of scribing. And once you do that, you'll get a library furnishing in here. It'll be called How to Scribe. So it doesn't even show up in your inventory. It's like you just grab this out whenever you want. It's like you don't have to have it on like one specific character and worry about it. You can just grab it on any character. That's what makes this one even better. Whereas Song of Pelennor, you have to go on to whichever character you claimed it on. Unless you put it in your house, obviously. Alright, so now we just travel to our house. It's as simple as going to the map. The house is here under collected, whichever ones you've got. And we'll just go, I'll just go Ebony Flask here, for example. So you just find it on the map. If you click on it, it'll take you straight to where it is. And then you left click and you travel and go inside. And then, yeah, you just do the animation here. It'll just travel straight in. Doesn't cost you anything. So this is also really helpful if you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't want to bother going through, like, say you're in the, like, at the very end of like a public dungeon and you have to fight your way out. You can just use a house like this just to travel straight out and get to a way shrine and then just travel out that way. Just really convenient for doing that sort of thing. Okay, so once you get inside, just press F5 to open the housing menu. You go browse, the bottom middle there. And in library here, you'll see How to Scribe book or your Song of Pelennor volume if you've got that. Just place it on the floor. Oh yeah, right, sorry, yeah, it's got that. Can't have multiple of those collectibles at once. So yeah, just place it on the floor. Now, if you just left click spam and pick it up and place it, nothing happens. It doesn't work for the Endeavor. So what you have to do instead, the quickest way is to just use the undo redo keys. So you just press Z for undo, Y for redo, and that actually works. So now just have it on the floor in one of your houses. And whenever the library furnishing comes up, just go to that specific house, you just pick it up, you put it away, and then you undo, redo, undo, and then you just leave it on the floor, and that will complete the Endeavor. That's like, as soon as you've got the library furnishing and the house, that's all it takes to complete this one. It's really easy. All right, now on to mining ore veins and getting chests. You can kind of do these two at the same time, and I would maybe try and advise doing that. Maybe check for ore veins first, and if you find any chests on the way, get them. And then do chests later, because there are ways to just like isolate chests easier, whereas veins of ore, there's only kind of one way. So firstly, before you start looking for veins of ore, you want to be aware of which ones are going to spawn for you, because there's two things that impact what actually spawns on the map, and they all look a bit different, so you want to know what you're looking for. So what I'll do in the description is I'll put this link to this here. This is all the blacksmithing ores that you can get. So there's two things. It's a 50-50 split between two things. One is your character level. So in this case, I'm max level, so I get rubidite, and your crafting level. So if you go to blacksmithing here and you check this passive here, this also tells you, like, this is the other 50%. So when you look at this, you can see rubidite ore here. That's the one that spawns for me from the blacksmithing passive, and my level is above 160. So say if you're on a level 30, you want to look at like orichalcum. So like if you're level 30 and you don't have any crafting passives in blacksmithing, you get iron ore because your passive will be at 1 out of 10, and you'd also get orichalcum. So if you scroll over these, it shows you what they look like. Now, every single node of that type looks like this. Every orichalcum node looks like this. So you just keep an eye on the 4 bits of rock and like the 2 bigger bits, you know? And whereas iron ore, you just look for the big brown, like, hunk of rock. It's like very, very specific the way it looks. Now, if you can, do this on a character which at least has half rubidite ore, like as long as it's like a max level character. Because rubidite, voidstone ore is also kind of similar. They don't blend in with the ground as much. Like voidstone ore is still kind of bad, but rubidite like sticks out like a sore thumb. It's literally like a blood red color. There are I don't think there's any places which like really this kind of ore blends in. Whereas like iron ore is so much like brown, high iron ore. There's so much of that of like this brown as well. Not in every zone, obviously, but you will sometimes struggle to find it. if that's the case, whereas rubedite is so easy to spot in the distance. It's just so bright red, it's so easy to see. So yeah, that can help if you're looking for it. Now, the other thing with chests, it's a little more painful because they're always brown, basically. Well, unless you go to like Cold Harbor, which they're black, but they blend in with the surroundings too. What I would advise you get is an add-on called map pins. Excuse me. Harvest map is also good, but you have to use that add-on for the blacksmithing ores to show up. This is all the nodes here. This is harvest map, but map pins is the treasure chests. So new zones don't really show the treasure chests like this does, but map pins shows them in the old zones, which is kind of where you want to go anyway, because this is the best place to go if you want to find veins of ore, I think. Craglorn especially. Because with Craglorn, not only do you get these veins of ore, anytime you get the blacksmithing, like the ore nodes, the jewelry seams, the clothing, like the ancestor silk or any of the clothing plants, and the wood, like the rough wood nodes, they have a chance to give you something called Nerncrux. Now, potent Nerncrux is very expensive. It's like, last time I checked, it was like 15-20 grand. So yeah, you can make a shit ton of money from collecting the Nerncrux in this game. So fortified is still 8. That's still pretty good. Oh yeah, okay, 12. Wow, what a fucking crazy time to be living where fortified is almost as expensive as potent. Jesus Christ. So yeah, these two here, you can make a lot of money from getting these, and you can only get them from Craglorn. So if you haven't been to Craglorn, just use one of the houses here through home tours. As I said, I've got a video in the description if you want to know how that stuff works. So you can just travel to any of these, and then you'll unlock Belcast's Way Shrine from that point on, so you can just travel to Craglorn whenever you're ready. But this place is huge. It's got shit tons of ore and chest nodes all over the place. You just gotta run around a bit and have a look. And yeah, don't be afraid to grab other node types as you're going through, for the chance that you can get some Nerncrux. That shit's good. No, there's another one over there I missed. So yeah, you can get ore nodes done super duper quick. Sometimes it's a bit scrappy because you might run through and just find nothing. Especially with Craglorn, this tends to be the most busy place. But sometimes you can get really lucky and do this in like a couple of minutes. Usually that's going to be the case. And now we just want to look for chests. So with map pins, you can see the little chest icons here. So in this case, I just run through and check these locations. So there's a chest there. Just want to be careful. Sometimes there's like one of these ogres. It's like a boss. Just want to be careful. Craglorn tends to be an annoying place because people love to fucking take shit while you're killing stuff. Doesn't happen too often, but happens enough for it to be noticeably annoying. If you are fighting stuff and you're trying to grab a node, especially like a chest because it takes so long to grab it, I mean, Craglorn, this stuff isn't valuable anymore, so you probably won't find people doing it here. But like, say if you're trying to get a chest in Way of Sewers, or sorry, not Way of Sewers, Labyrinthian, get the enemies and have them stand around where the person's grabbing the chest. It creates AoEs on the floor, and if the AoEs hit that player, they will be forced out of the chest opening mechanic, and they'll be forced to kill the enemies, which gives you a chance to grab the chest yourself afterward. Now, obviously, that's pretty shit to do if you just do it to someone who's, you know, got there first. But you know, that is a defensive measure if you want to use it. Now, obviously, you don't have to go out and find chests here, but this is a pretty effective option with map pins. I'll go through some other options for getting some chests, because you can make this a lot easier for yourself if you're just looking for chests. But it's just when you're looking for when you're looking for both, it's just convenient to look at chests at the same time. So another way to get yourself some chests quickly is to do Dolmens. Every time you complete a Dolmen, it will give you a chest, and the chest is instanced to everybody. So it's not like public dungeons and Overland where one person can grab a chest and that's it. Everybody can grab the same chest from one of these. The only real thing to consider about Dolmens that I think people should know is There are 4 pinions that spawn on the outsides, and they give you resources back if you activate them. The enemies are very weak. They're about as strong as the overland enemies, so I assume most people have gone through Dolmens at some point. But yeah, they are pretty damn easy to do, even on your own. So as you kill the enemies, you'll see their souls go into the pinions. You can see one going into that one. Once you kill enough enemies near that specific pinion, it will open up. It'll make a noise as well. You'll be able to know. So if I just stay here, listen. I didn't really hear it too well there, but I think there's too many sounds in the background. But they make like a ching noise when they open up. So these, like, if I just go nuts with my resources here, so I use up all my stamina, I just use this and I get it all back. That's what you use them for. So while you're fighting all this shit, if you kill like a group of enemies and you run out of your resources, you just use that to get it back and you just keep fighting. And if you close all 4 of them before all the enemies are dead, it will kill them automatically as well. So once all 4 of these are closed, the enemy in the middle will spawn. It's like just a tougher enemy. This guy's about as tough as a public dungeon boss. So if you can handle that, you can handle this shit. When there's multiple people, it's pretty damn easy. So try and AoE the enemies on the sides, because you can get a lot of XP from killing the enemies at Dolmens too, so it's good to do that. So activate the pinion here, the chest pops up, and everybody can loot this chest the same, and this counts as a chest. Just be aware, with any chest in this game, looting it for the Endeavor, you must loot all of the contents for it to work. It just means that if someone loots half of a chest, it won't work for them, so unfortunately you can't like share chests. It's annoying, but yeah, that's how it is. That's why Dolmens are a pretty good option here. So good places for Dolmens. I think Addons is great because all 3 of these are close to a way shrine, so once you unlock the way shrine, it's easy. And the only annoying thing about Addons is it takes a while to walk up here. This is like the closest way to the one up here, but you just use this through home tours, come up here, up the road, and then you unlock this way shrine, and it's easy. Another good place is Deshan. This has 3 Dolmens which are easy to get to, and it also gives you Mother's Sorrow, which is a good jury set, or good magic damage dealer set. Gives you lots of crit, so yeah, it's a pretty good set to start off with. And yeah, the only thing is, again, this is the closest house to this fucking way shrine over here, so it's a bit of a pain getting all that way. And then you've also got Alakir. This is probably the best place to go because everybody's fucking here. So if you just do anything related to the Dolmen, it's done in like 2 minutes, and yeah, the chest will be up. So yeah, Alakir is good too. And this one's it's kind of a pain as well because you got this this Dolmen and this way shrine up here. The quickest way here, because yeah, you've got this one which is close to this one which is close to this. But what you can do is grab one of these houses here through home tours and then just come up here. You can swim all the way through here and come over here, and it's pretty quick that way too. Alright, let me show you the other option, which is public dungeons. I guess I should point out, you can still look for ore veins while you do this too. It's just, you probably won't find as many as you would just like looking for ore veins while you, or like looking for chests while you look for ore veins. But you know, you can look for ore veins around here and then go into get your chests and then just do the rest of your ore veins that way. There's another one. I swear, when I'm looking for these fucking things, there's nothing. Alright, so I'm just going to show you this public dungeon as well. Public dungeons have so many chests. Like, some of these are so dense with chests all over the place. But the issue here is that other players can grab these chests and you can't share them. So, yeah. You can sometimes find a chest that's been half opened and you just grab the contents and that works for the Endeavor, which is nice. But that won't happen too often. It's also good because you can find ore veins in some of the public dungeons. Not all of them. But yeah, some of them definitely have some. It's good now that the Writhing Wall event's over, so all the fucking bosses and shit are back to as they were. So I don't use map pins in here. I actually have my own chests sorted for this. So I'll link in the description if you want to take a look at the map for the 4 of the public dungeons that I've pretty much got all the chest locations for. I'll make sure they're in the description too. So this one here, Obsidian Scar in Rivenspire, I've got all the chest locations. The one in Deshaan, Forgotten Crypts, I've got all the chest locations. And this one also has a bunch of nodes for Blacksmithing Ores that can pop up, especially around the group event. Look around there. Same thing for the Bankrai Public Dungeon Resolute Wheel, except for the ores. There's not really, I don't really usually find many ores in there. But there's lots of chests in here, and I've found most of them. And then same thing for Western Skyrim. I found all the chests in Labyrinthian, so those maps will be in the description if you want to take a look. There's one there. So yeah, you just come over here, grab this chest, and that would be it for the Endeavor. There's one there as well. Look at that. Probably one of the cheekiest chest locations in the game is this. God damn it! Is this one up here? There is actually a chest location up there. The way to get there, I'll show you. You have to very carefully jump over here, and then you can go up here as well. That works too. But you can just slowly walk around this and make your way here. There's a chest there. So yeah, there's not really much else to say. Yeah, there's multiple chests here. Yeah, whichever developer that was that put one up there, fucking well played. Alright, let's move on. Now I'll just cover quickly doing a resource. So resources in Cyrodiil are these things here, the lumber mills, the farms, and the mines. Every keep has one of each of these locations around it, and the objective is to just go find one of these under enemy control and take it. So the best case scenario would be, like, say this this keep over here was like you could travel to it. Taking one next to one of your keeps is best because you can travel straight back to your keep if something happens. Enemies have to travel all the way back and travel all the way out here, so usually it's not going to be as defended as, say, going from this keep over here to one of these. Usually players will be coming from these to travel somewhere else. So ones that are next to your keeps tend to be easier to take. Now, if you can, if you want to do this one, I would go to Vengeance, because I find it's easier to take the resources in Vengeance right now. It's like, because you don't have to worry about your build, it's just, you've got lots of health, you've got lots of resources. I just feel like it's easier. I just make sure I'd run a couple of skills that heal you. I run Vigor, and I either run, for Nightblade that is, I run Offering, or I run Cloak. The only thing is Cloak, you can't use it for 3 seconds after using it. Whereas you can fucking spam the shit out of Offering. So yeah. The amount of health it takes away is nowhere near as high as the amount of health that you get back from it. So yeah, I usually just use this one. Yeah, it'll depend on your class. You can't use subclassing in this. I'm pretty sure. There's no like plus icon that I can see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't. Like I've checked before. If you can, let me know. But yeah, I just feel like I can't do it. Okay, so that's not the important bit. What I'm going to do is firstly just cover in overview in Alliance War. You can actually change around some stuff for Vengeance, like changes around your stats. So you can go Soldier, which is like regular. Vanguard gives you more, it makes you more tanky, but you deal less damage. Medic gives you better healing. Scout gives you more damage, basically. I like to go Soldiers because I like to just be a jack of all trades. But yeah, you can change stuff around. The only thing that you want to look at is the perks. So there's like a red perk, a yellow perk, and a blue perk, and they all do different things. A lot of these have advantages and disadvantages, but there's like a couple that just give you a buff that has no downsides. So I like using health. You could also use bolster recovery or strength depending on which damage type you use more. Or like, yeah, just check out these. Like, one of them increases your crit damage but reduces your crit chance. So yeah, just check what would work best for you and just consider it. But if you're not sure, I'd just go increase your max health because there's no downsides for it. In this one here, as far as I'm aware, there's like no really useful ones that have no downsides. The only one I would personally go is probably mounted speed. or bolster running, which increases your sprint cost, but increases your sprint speed at the same time. I think mobility is one of the most important stats in PvP. People can't hit you if they can't... Sorry. Yeah, people can't do damage to you if they can't hit you. So, yeah, it's one of the most powerful defensive tools. So using this with something that gives you major expedition is excellent. There's not many options for that, but Nightblades have one of them, which makes them quite nice. In here, Combat Adept reduces all costs. A lot of these other ones, again, they've got problems, like increase your max magicka, but also reduces your stamina. This one could be good if you're doing a magicka damage dealer. In this case, that's like the setup I use. But just keeping things simple, just having better sustain is good. But yeah, you can check out these as well. Like you've got one that increases your health recovery, which could also be nice for survivability. Just be aware some things do reduce your healing taken around here, which also reduces your health recovery. So yeah, that's what I use. Combat Adept, Bolster Running or Steed Mastery, and I just use Bolster Sturdiness. But also consider Bolster Strength or Sorcery as well. Alright, let me just show you a video I recorded earlier. I made it on a PvE build outside of Vengeance. I'd argue that's like probably one of the toughest ways to do it because you have so little health as like a PvE build, and some of the resource enemies do a lot of damage. Players are still the biggest problem, so I'd advise either doing Vengeance or doing the regular campaign if you've got a proper PvP build. But I wouldn't do this with a PvE build just on the basis that if a player rocks up, you at least have a chance of survival if you're running something that works in Cyrodiil. In this case, like I just go Vengeance because yeah, I haven't made a PvP build yet. I need to soon though. Alright, so step number 1, don't rush straight to the resource flag, because what happens is the flag has a bunch of enemies on it, and there's also, you can see one of them here, there's one of these guards here, and there's also a healer over here. So there are 7 enemies at least that you'll be fighting if you just run straight to the flag. Probably more than that if you aggro some enemies while you're running to the flag. There are shit tons of enemies hitting you right now, and one of them is like a mage guard at the top of the tower. So my advice to you is don't just run straight in and kill all the enemies on the flag, unless you have a bunch of players with you, because dealing with all that shit on your own is just, it's going to be rough. Like what you want to do is divide and conquer. So what I suggest you do is ignore the flag, just ignore the enemies here, run straight up into the tower, go up to the second floor and kill the mage guard and whoever comes into the room with you. And then one by one, just kill the guard up there, go down here, kill these guys, or kill the healer, then the healers over here, and then the honor guards, and then worry about this guard later. Because it's just the healers and the mage guard that matter the most, because they're the ones that are going to be doing all the heavy lifting. Don't get me wrong, the honor guards are brutal, but if the honor guards have healers, they are like pretty much not worth fighting. So here I go, straight up. I'm going to put some heals on myself because you'll have some damage over time effect on you by now. You want to just keep healing yourself. Okay, my movie player has stopped for some reason. Hang on. Okay, we're back. TM. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm just splitting all the enemies up and killing them one at a time. This guy here, same thing. The enemies upstairs can hit me a couple of times maybe if I go too close. And they're trying to heal the guard too, so yeah. So now that the guards upstairs are down, I'm just going to, again, just split them up. The guards don't tend to move from their locations unless you're close enough to them. In this case, they'll start moving once they get close to that flag. And I'm just going to take the time to kill the enemies one at a time like this. The honor guards, when you're far away from them, they only do like 1 or 2 things, and they don't do a hell of a lot of damage to you. But as soon as you come close to them, they start fucking hitting like a truck. So at first, just immediately kill the 2 healers, because they will just start healing the shit out of the honor guards. And once they're on their own, just keep healing yourself, because they do a bit of damage, but most of the issues are resolved by doing this. So there you go. So now, probably the most anxious part is just waiting for this flag to turn and just patiently waiting to see if players will rock up and stop you. Now, no players show up here, but yeah, I'm always like anxious when this part happens. Because yeah, running like a character with like no HP, it's rough. You want like 30,000 plus health here if you do regular PvP, otherwise you die. Basically, someone just looks at you and you die. You know, people in PvP these days, man, they do a shit ton of damage. Especially with shit like the Null Arca set from... Is it... What do they call it again? The one from Gold Road? The Trial? Pretty sure everyone uses that set in PvP these days. So eventually it will convert from the enemy's flag to yours, and yeah, over time it'll just it'll start converting to yours. Now what happens here is on the map you can see there's like a little under attack icon on the resource. That's why you generally... Oh, it stopped again. That's why you do not want to like do one of these in an enemy keep, because they'll see that and they'll go, oh, I'll just travel over there and check out what's going on. And usually the people who do that are the PvPers, so yeah. Whereas if you do this at one of your own keeps, that doesn't happen as often. There we go, so it's all done. So once you see the alliance points show up on the bottom right there, you'll know that's when it works. Alright, so next up, if you want to get out of here straight away, you can... Instead of going all the way out, you can queue to Imperial City, and that way you can just travel straight out to a safe zone as soon as the resource is done. Which is great for, like, if you get, like, if you do one at an enemy keep, and it's, like, it's quite a while to get back to your keep, you can just do that instead, which saves you way more time. Because all you have to do now is just go out the door to get to the exit, which is literally, like, 3 seconds, like, walk from where you are right now. Okay, that's all there is to this set. Should be pretty easy, so yeah. But any questions, you know the drill, just give me a holler. Alright, thanks everyone, I'll see you next time. Take care for now. Thanks for your support as always. See ya.